Awards are fun. Awards are so fun for me. I feel like because awards only come every so often during the year, there's award season, so they are back to back to back, but then, sometimes they're just like randomly in the middle of the year. And it's fun because I feel like so many people are off doing their own thing and working on their projects that no one really gets a chance to like catch up or sit down. So for me, awards are like reunions. And especially at the iHeart Awards, it was so fun because there were so many of my musician friends that I hadn't seen in so long because either A, they've been on the road, or B, in the studio, or C, living on transportation, and it's been crazy. So to see a bunch of my friends at the iHeart Music Awards was awesome, and I got to take over the Instagram stories, which was so rad. It gave basically the audience a chance to see like what it's like getting ready for the awards and what it's like on the carpet, how crazy it is, and of course it was like the one day in LA that was like a bit rainy, so they had to completely tarp the entire carpet, and it was just fun. It was just crazy and fun and lots of good people, good food, music, and inside was so rad. The setup was amazing. There was a huge heart on top of the arena, which was really, that was like my favorite part about it. But it was such a good time. Traveling is always really fun for me. I feel like I need to travel. It keeps me alive, it keeps me curious, keeps me excited, and when I'm traveling to new places, especially for music, there's so many people who know where my location is going to be at, so I really do get to see a bunch of fans when I'm in the area, and it's awesome because I connect with them so much over social media that actually having the opportunity to chat with them face to face and squeeze their faces off is so fun, and it really puts a different connection and energy to that reaction with your fans and that relationship that you have with them. So traveling is really important for me in that way. The inspiration for History really came from a very emotional place in my life. We were making the record, and it was kind of that point in my life like where I was going through this situation with this guy that I was currently dating, and I was still hung up on the previous guy that I was with, and I walked into the studio with like this little bit in my journal that I had written down, and I was like, guys, like, listen, this is like what's kind of going on in my life. I feel like this is something that we should talk about, like a message I like, just not even like for everybody, but like for me, for myself, like just kind of an escape for me. And I ended up walking in the next day, and they had created this massive story that really brought what was going on in my life to life in a song, and that was so important and special for me. And so that's kind of where History came from. And then when I started playing it for my friends and for their friends, everyone was reacting to it in such a positive way. And it was really interesting to watch people be like, dude, that's like just like, I'm going through that right now, because it made me feel like I wasn't alone, and it made me feel like I was like, I had people to kind of lean on in situations like that. And then when we actually released the song and people kind of started gravitating towards it and listening to it, not only did it like have like this like rhythmic feel to it, which made people like actually listen to it and kind of bob their head or snap their fingers or tap their feet. It really spoke to them and moved them, and that's what's ultimately what's most important whenever I put out music, and that's why I feel like History is so special. Five, 10, 15, 20, 100 years from now, yeah. I mean, this is my passion. I hope I keep having these opportunities to write great music and to be around really incredibly talented people who make me thrive more and be inspired more. And I feel like that's why I love what I do so much, is because it just makes me, it really shapes me into the human that I am, and I really feel like I'm finding myself as an individual, and being put in these different lights makes me have more perspective and more of an open mind. And yeah, in the future, I hope I continue to keep doing it, just because it makes me feel more like me.